Hello and welcome to Network. My name is Phumelele Zondi with your technology and social media news. It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za on email. Today I'm coming to you from Innovation Collab Durban. I'll tell you a bit more about this space later in the program. This week our Twitter poll is asking you if you know what Spectrum is. This, as a lot of people in the tech sector have been asking government to release this spectrum. Results of that are coming up later in the program. But first, here's what's coming up. Tonight, we find out about a solution that aims to help blind people. We also find out about an app that says it is an Uber in agriculture. And in our discussion, producer Sandile Hlangani is in Cape Town, where he's having a conversation about malware. When one thinks about Caterman, you'd seldom think about tech innovation and if it actually really happens here. But there's now the Innovation Collab Durban, which is a new space that's opened here in Caterman. I'm with Aurelia Albert, who is the CEO of Innovate Durban, and she's going to be taking me through the space. Yes. Should we go inside? Yes, let's do that. All right, see what's there. All right, thank you very much.
So this is an Innovation Collab. It is a space where the community can come and co-create, co-design, a safe space where they can play around and learn about new technologies and tools, but also to improve their digital literacy skills. Sometimes within communities, people don't even know the basics of using a computer. So we are here to provide them with these opportunities to learn the basics, get the basics right first, and then teach them about the new technologies and future skills development.
It is the first of its kind in our society, which is happening to township, which most of the things are happening in towns, but now we're moving to townships and rural areas in eThekwini. That's our target.
How do we then make these kids to realize this fourth industrial revolution? And what is it that we can do as Software AG to make this a realization in the communities out there?
The thing you want to do is you want to give people access to technology and make it easy for them to start to innovate, to learn new things and to learn new tools. So the idea is try and get people skilled up.
With our software, one of the key things that we want to drive is to expose the kids to the whole notion of Internet of Things.
We've spoken about management of potholes tomorrow. It's something that can be automated. We've spoken about agriculture. Agriculture can be automated. There are so many things that can be done, and obviously today we are simply saying those solutions and those innovations could be coming from our people in the location.
The point of a lab like this or a facility like this is really to try and engage as many people as possible to make it accessible. So, start getting people in the area to come and start experimenting and trying new ideas, learning new skills.
So this facility is open to all. It is based in Catermanna, and we are servicing the needs of the local community, and that is our priority. However, it is a facility that is open access to all citizens of KZN.
Let's move away from Catermanna just a little bit and go to a different part of Durban. This is Umhlanga, where there is a solution for people who cannot see to actually figure out their way around and to know what's in front of them. Blind people face many challenges and need aids to assist them when walking. Des Paramaswa once used a guide dog.
I never felt comfortable with the white cane. I actually felt more comfortable with the dog. The only challenges I had with the dog was people weren't able to accept that the dog will do no harm to them. They associated it with being, dangerous to bite, whether I went into a shopping mall.
It's taxi drivers that always block Mathula Dlamine's path in his hometown of Pietermaritzburg.
Kunomgaqo nje osuka ngasekhaya nje ngenze isibonelo nje osuka ngasekhaya awukho busy kakhulu, so kunemoto othola ukuthi ziyafika lezi zomalume ezolanda ingane zesikole, so zifike zishiya ingane zesikole lapho bese zingabuyele emuva bese zipaka lapho eduze nomgaqo uthola ukuthi ziyalandela mhlawumbe ama taxi like awu4. So wena njengomuntu oblind uza uphethe ikheni, so kufanele ukuthi ngala kunomgaqo la ongenzeka ukuthi imoto yangakhona uhlangana nemoto ezangaphambili ngala kunalezi imoto ezibhakile so u-end up mhlambe ushnokha imoto yomunye umuntu by mistake ngoba wena usebenzisa i-white cane so uthuma ishaya uzokwata umuntu athi uyishayelana imoto yakhe kanti wena awushayanga imoto yakhe wena iyona indlela oyisebenzisayo ukuzwa into ephambi kwakho.
And in the township of Gamalake, in Potchefstroom and in Umlazi in Durban, Gilbert Kowa often has trouble with dogs.
Hlala eMlazi. So banezinja abantu eziphumayo zihambe la emgwaqweni. Ngesikhathi uphethe induku yakho uyithepha at left and right, induku inja licabanga ukuthi ulwa nayo. Ikhona ke yangikhonkhotha sonela ngimina ngenhlanhla umnikazi wayo wayeseduzane nayo washesha wayikhuza. Kodwa ngabona ukuthi into ebanga ukuthi ifuna ukusondela kumina ngokulwa iyona induku lena ngoba ibona ungazithi ngiyanga kuyona ufuna ukuyishaya ngoba yayihlezi ithule kusho ukuthi mase ngiyanga singenduku ngakuyona yabona ngifuna ukushaya yona ngoba le nduku iqonda kuyona straight la.
To assist, Musa Makunga found this device at an expo in Russia.
Voice vision is seeing with sound solution for the blind. Right from when I saw it and saw the freedom and the independence that it gave the blind people that had gone through this program, I thought this would be something that can really make a difference in our blind community.
Because of the sounds it gives, the person wearing it can tell what's in front of them, its size, and whether it has a dark or light color.
Voice vision offers not just a device that helps you see, but it comes together with training. So this training basically is a way to teach you what you see, because in the beginning there's a lot of confusion and a lot of uncertainty of what they hear and what it is that they hear. So our job is to come in and teach them specifically which sound means what at each moment.
This can then help blind people walk without aids or assistance.
Mongisondela isound yashintsha izongitshela ukuthi mase ngiseduze ngizokwazi ukuthi ngiyibalekele imoto ngiphume ngingene ngala and then at the same time sikhathi ngibalekela le phambi kwami ngizokwazi ukuyibona futhi nenyeza phambi kwami futhi la ngibalekela ngakhona ngiyidlulele bese ngibheka igap ngemva kwale sengidlule kuyona ukuthi ngizokwazi ukuthi ngingene yini ukuze ngigudlukele ngihambe ehlangothini eliphephile bese ngibone futhi la ngihamba ngakhona ukuthi ngabe le enye mangaba zibhake zilandelana i-close kangakanani ukuthi ngakwazi ukuthi ngiphinde ngiphume isikhathi ngiphume i-camera yakhona ikwazi ukusensa ngendlela evulelekile ukuthi ikwazi ukuthi ikunikeze ngakwazi ukusensa umgwaqo wonke.
I started feeling confident in myself. I started feeling confident on my surroundings. I was able to identify the shapes, and then I associated it with my everyday life. You know, when I climbed the stair, when I came around a pillar, it just became a little bit more of my everyday life.
Voice vision glasses and classes aren't cheap, but promise a better quality of life for the blind people that use them. With rising populations in Africa, a lot of people will certainly need food, and food security also becomes an important issue. So we're now finding out about an app that aims to be an Uber in the farming industry. It also will help reduce costs that farmers often have to pay.
This is David Gai, a hardware engineer at Hello Tractor. He is fitting the device on a client's tractor. Hello Tractor is an Uber of tractors which allows farmers to hail the machines via an app, monitors the vehicle's movement and transmits usage information such as fuel levels.
This device has an inbuilt GPS system that allows him to see where his tractor is at any given time, and also allows him to see whether the tractor is active or it's moving or whether it's stopped, and the amount of work it has done at the end of the day for every job that it does.
Fire equipment maker Deere & Company is currently testing the technology, a small black box fitted beneath dashboards on around 400 tractors in Ghana and Kenya.
With the Hello Tractor app, we are able to monitor how much area, and not only that, we are able to prove to others that we have actually been working. It's one thing to walk to a bank and say, you know, hey, I worked very hard. It's another thing to be able to show it.
The company is outfitting its tractors with startup Hello Tractors technology.
Our technology is a market maker for tractor manufacturers who want to sell into those markets. Now, we know just about all the major tractor manufacturers. Some are very much interested in exploring and growing their commercial business, but a large portion of the tractor manufacturers don't have a commercial interest on the continent.
They said that the aim is to help the US company boost sales of its famous green and yellow John Deere tractors.
Now, malware was a huge issue when it came to municipalities from all over the world in 2019. The city of Johannesburg also fell victim to this. Now, after the break, producer Sandile Hlangane is in Cape Town, where he's having conversations about malware and what it is. It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Stay with us. It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za on email. Welcome back. Let's go to Cape Town now, where producer Sandile Hlangane attended an event that was discussing issues of cybersecurity. Malware was a big part of this. This is because a lot of cities around the world have been victim of malware in the past. The city of Johannesburg was a massive victim in 2019. Here's producer Sandile Hlangane.
Nowadays, we are not yet in the era of fully artificial intelligence, right? Our computer systems, at the end of the day, are operated by people. And that's why they also can be compromised through people using the vulnerabilities in our heads. That what is happening with most of the phishing attacks, where cyber criminals especially formulate their emails in a way to gain people's trust and make them do some actions like opening files or links, which will provide criminals further instruments to develop their attacks.
We have a wide variety of solutions to cover the entire kill chain of a cyber attack. Obviously, the endpoint security suite is one of the most important and essential security solutions that you have to have on endpoints, because if it happens that the malware bypassed the email gateway, bypassed certain proxy, for example, and so on, it has to run on the computer machine of the user. So it's essential to have at least the endpoint security suite active, and then obviously the email gateway is important. Sandboxing is another solution that can take suspicious emails, execute it in a safe environment and see if it behaves maliciously, then it can block it before it reaches the email even.
Thank you so much, Spumelele. We are now joined by the cybersecurity expert, Eugene Kaspersky. Eugene, thank you so much for making time to talk to us.
Eugene Kaspersky, the cybersecurity man.
For the benefit of our viewers, can you tell us a little bit about what ransomware is?
The ransomware is the piece of malware which encrypts the data and asks for ransom to decrypt it. So actually it's like a hijacking your data and asking for money to give it back to you.
So practically, how does this happen?
The process is that you open the infected document or you download infected applications, and application is activating, is run in your system and scan your system and encrypts all the data. And the key, the encryption and the key is secret, so only the hijackers, they know it. So they ask you for pay money to decrypt your data, to give your data back to you.
So when I was doing my research on the topic, I noticed that municipalities around the world are being targeted by cyber criminals. Why is that?
Well, actually the cybercrime is a global problem, and unfortunately 100,000 people in this business, they develop the different kinds of the malware, and ransomware is one of the kind of this malware. So they just want your money. They want to steal your money, and they want to make you to pay the money, to pay the ransom.
Are these attacks something that has happened before, or is it really the first time we've seen it?
Well, actually, the ransomware attacks is not a new. The first we saw this kind of attacks, I think that was in early 2000s. So the ransom attacks, cyber ransom attacks, it's not really new. It's about 20 years old.
The city of Johannesburg was recently attacked by cyber criminals, I think last year to be precise. These criminals had asked the city to pay in Bitcoins.
Actually, we saw the ransom attacks, but that was not a big issue. The ransom was rising because now the cryptocurrency is the way how they receive the ransom in absolutely anonymous way, so they don't leave there any fingerprints, so it's very hard to investigate them because they ask for cryptocurrencies like bitcoins to pay the ransom, and you can stay absolutely anonymous. Nobody knows who the currency is.
Do I really have to pay? And what happens if I don't pay?
Well, actually, what we recommend not to pay at all. You better go to our service. It's not our project, it's a joint project of several cybersecurity companies and Europol. No more ransom. Go to the web, type no more ransom project, and you'll have a help.
So if I receive a note that said, we have uploaded your files and we're going to publicly, you know what I mean? Do I really have to pay to gain access to my files and my systems?
There are two different stories, actually. So the ransom attacks, they encrypt the data. So they don't have your data, you have it unencrypted. So in this case, you better go to the No More Ransom website and you'll receive help. In case that they have your data stolen from your device, from your computer or smartphone, I'm afraid it's too late.
How are we going to get past this and prevent it from happening in the future?
We have technologies and products to protect it and guarantee very high level of security. So in most of the cases, the attacks, they're happening because the users or the owners of the devices or companies, they don't pay enough attention to cybersecurity. We need to educate people that don't open every file that you receive. Don't click every link. Please switch your mind on. Second, we have to pay more attention to cybersecurity. Please use the high top level cybersecurity products. And third, that's for law enforcement. We need to pay more attention. We need to investigate. We need to invest to the cyber police forces to locate and to find the guys who are behind the cybercrime.
As Kaspersky, do you guys have any mechanisms, systems in place to assist these municipalities?
Yes, well, of course. So we are working with, we're developing cybersecurity products for many years, and our technologies are recognized as one of the best, or maybe the best in the world. We do a lot to cooperate with cyber police in very different countries, many regions, and actually there were many cases that were investigated, successfully investigated, with help of us. And of course we do a lot to educate people, to share our knowledge, experience, and we do it all the time.
Thank you so much, Eugene, for making time to talk to us. That was Eugene Kaspersky, cybersecurity expert. Back to you, Spumelelo.
It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Welcome back. I am at the Umkumbane Entrepreneurial Support Center where Innovation Collab Durban is launching. Here's what else took place in the rest of the world in the technology space.
Facebook is doing their part to help combat coronavirus, CEO Mark Zuckerberg said in a post on Tuesday, March 3rd, including giving the World Health Organization as many free ads as they need for their coronavirus response. Zuckerberg posted on his page that he wanted to share an update on the steps the social network was taking to respond to the coronavirus, that this was now a global challenge and they've spent months working with health authorities to coordinate their response. And now in Spain, Meat-free vegan burgers are already a well-established meal, but a new food tech startup says its vegan steak can not only fool the taste buds into thinking you are eating beef, but also offer a more sustainable food supply system.
We are using a plant-based novel formulation which is composed of pea and rice protein extracts, around 20%, then some rapeseed fat and algae fibers mostly.
See, because in this particular version we have added some fat inside, and the fat is trying to it's been added so that it can stay during the cooking process and it doesn't flow away, right? So the real novelty here, if you want to try,
when we tear this apart, you see the fibers, because we are trying to replicate what is inside the muscle of an actual animal. So we are studying first the muscle at the histological level, we see the muscular fibers, and then we replicate this on a biomimetic technology that we call microextrusion.
The company says its mission is to create an alternative to what it calls the problem of unsustainable and inefficient industrial livestock production, and feed the planet's growing population while better managing our planet's natural resources. And now in India, Microsoft Corp Chief Executive Officer Satya Nadella on Tuesday, February 25th, attended a tech summit in India's southern tech hub of Bengaluru, known as the Silicon Valley of the country.
And in the next 10 years, if you want to be an AI company, you need to be able to take data of one system and optimize the outcome of a completely different system that was independent of even the original data capture. So that will only happen if you can somehow bring about an architecture where data is separated from your logic and process tiers in a much more scalable way than what has happened in the past.
Microsoft struck a 10-year deal with Reliance in 2019, committing to power the oil to telecoms conglomerate data centers with its Azure cloud at an event in India's financial capital of Mumbai.
This week, our Twitter poll is asking you if you know what spectrum is. This is something that's often spoken about at tech events, and often people in the technology space speak about spectrum. So, do you know what it is? And that's it. That's all we have for you. From me, Spumelele Zondi, and the rest of the team right here at the Umkumbane Entrepreneurial Support Center. Thank you very much for being a part of our network. Have a good one. Bye-bye.